Hello there, welcome back again. We're going to be showing you how to spawn an Eidolon in daytime. Okay, guys? Now, the Eidolons only spawn at nighttime. You cannot spawn an Eidolon in daytime, but with this little trick, you can. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to be jumping in there right away because we don't got very much time. You see, my API up here, where my mouse is directly connected to. My timer up there is connected to the API, and of Warframe, and well, it's always going to be the correct time, but not only that, we're going to be using this to show you how to spawn Eidolons in daytime. Just to prove it, here we got Eidolon 15 minutes, night in 15 minutes. Okay, well, it's a little off. Maybe it just didn't update. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go. Let's see if this updated real quick. 12 minutes. Yeah, so it is just a orbiter update sync. Anyway, so we do Size Vigil, guys. Size Vigil is very simple. It's a quest, and well, after you do the prerequisites of the quest, we're going to be met when we're going into the plains at nighttime and defeating the terror list. So, Size Vigil, here we go. Locate the final fragment. Let's do it. This is a super easy and super consistent way to test your amp. You see, the 1, 2, 3 amp is what I suggest to start out. The mode amp, don't deal with that. And the 111 amp or any of the other amps, really, it doesn't have the crit chance and the DPS that it needs to take out those shields. See, shields only can be damaged with void damage. Void damage is needed to it's the only thing vulnerable. The Eidolon's only vulnerable against void damage. So we need to deal void damage. We can't deal any void damage until the Eidolon is out. This is actually a 223 amp. But on a 123 or a 223 amp, typically it's an X23. But I say 123 that you would want to be building because the amp parts, every time you level up with Anku, you get those amp parts. Like the first time you level up with Anku, you get the options for the 1, and the second time you level up with Anku, you get the 2, and basically it's like the tiers, right? So you get the first time you level up, you get the tier 1 prism, prism, scaffold, and brace options, and then the second time you level up with Anku, you get the tier 2 options. And that's what those numbers mean when someone says composing an amp, like saying what amp do you got, and you say those 3 numbers, or they say 3 numbers. The 1, 2, 3 is what you would want to be starting out with because it gives you that crit chance, and these shields are going to be able to let us get that that benefit with the crit damage with the volt shields, right? And then we have the crit chance with the third brace. So let's go over this. The prism on the amp is your primary fire. The secondary, as the scaffold on your amp, is the secondary mouse button, like the middle mouse button by default, the secondary fire. And we got the brace, which is a additive bonus to the prism and the scaffold. So, and the tier 3 is crit chance and status chance. Status chance is not going to help the against the Eidolon, but crit chance is, and that's one that gives us the most this convenience. So using this Size Vigil, this allows you to practice headshots for your amp on your the arcane on your amp, which is Virtuous Shadow. So I can practice my head dashing, maybe, if I want, dash back and forth to get that headshot. I can practice where to be putting my shields and getting that correct angle of damage, for example, against the Eidolon shields. Testing weapons to see how much damage I'm actually going to be doing, and how viable it is. Unfortunately, we cannot have a full team, but Serpa will be able to simulate that to an extent with shattering impact on there and just heavy attacking and whatnot, or whatever you do for your impact damage. So you want to strip almost all the armor, but not all the armor. Maybe you want to strip all of the armor and see how well it is with electricity. You do so much stuff in this, it's not even funny. But the main priority is with a Volt, because a Volt has the most time to really practice. Like this is, I think this is most beneficial for a Volt, because you you have an idea of how close you want your shields, for example, and where I can get the most hits. See all those zeros? Those are all hits. But certain angles, I get 4, and certain angles, I only get, like, there's 4, and there's 3, there's 1. So you want to get that sweet spot of how many hits you can get against the Eidolon. Not necessarily through just a shield, but you know what I'm saying? And there is an angle. It's I believe it's like this is what you would want to be doing. And that was I think that was 5, if I'm not mistaken. And that sweet spot up through the knee, it's like a 45-degree angle. And anyway, so I think Volt is the easiest to start out with, because you're putting down shields. When the limb breaks, the Eidolon will stagger. Oh, a second here. Okay. So the Eidolon staggered over. You'd be placing your shields there, like when the Eidolons, before the Eidolons were R-ing, and you don't have to place the other one. I don't know why I did that. Oh yes, he teleports. We don't have a fully charged lure, and we can't get lures in this, nor bombs will be spawning. So anyway, I hope this is helping you. Anyway, yeah, so we just go to the next one, maybe? He's always going to teleport, unfortunately. Get your combo counter up. There's so much you can do here, it's not even funny. Like, you can test what I do in a 3.0 when the shield's down, of course, because you can't break the limbs without the shield down. And maybe I want the shields like this, and I just want to keep on attacking, testing my damage. Well, that wasn't with Virtuous Shadow. Okay, let's try Virtuous Shadow. Now, oops, let's see. Okay, that's doing a lot better. And you can get that rhythm and momentum without people talking down to you, because yes, it's an online game, and there is toxic people out there. Not saying that this game's the best, not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying that every game has toxic people in the game, and it's an MMO. Okay, guys, and so with that, you don't have any pressure to do this run, because, like I said, normally it's only nighttime, and as you see here, we still have 5 minutes before nighttime actually hits. So I hope this helped. You can do this at any time. I mean, as soon as night ends, you just go in and do another terrorless. You can't do all 3 of them, of course. No lures. But this helps you out. Maybe you want to see if you can, how much damage you can do with it, with the your prism. Experiment, guys. So you can do whatever you want. And this is like not going to hinder you at all. Maybe I wanted to see if I can use my 4th ability with my Itzel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I want to see how much damage this does, if it does any. Like, there's so many possibilities and so much to gain from this. It's not like I can't express it any more than just that. The metas are the metas because that is currently what's known as the best. I believe meta is an acronym, as most effective tactic available, and those metas are not found without going out of the box. So this is extraordinary to anyone who wants to maybe experiment or get outside this box. And hope to see lots of black sheeps out. And with this little feature, and experiment with your builds and all that good stuff. I mean, you got the whole game, and this game is probably the most complex game I've ever played. Yes, we can't load out. We got to abort the mission. To orbiter, why not? Yes. All right, and yeah. So I was using a 223 amp, but like I said, it's the only convenience of a 123 amp is the prism is the first reward from Anku, so you don't have to get the standing to purchase it. You see, when I go to Anku here, oops, darn it. Cetus. Let's go to Cetus here and check it out quick. I have some people whisper me. Okay. Let's see. let's go and fast travel to Unco. So, browse source. Okay. So as you see here, the Rat Black is going to take 2,000 standing. We're not all MR30s. And when you're doing Earth and Science Vigils pretty close to the start of the quests, you're not going to be far along in the MR most likely. So this allows you to get the blueprints without paying the standing, which saves you some days of grinding the standing because, well, you'd have to get the level and then use the standing to rank up, but you also use the standing to buy these. And that's where the tip is to use a 1, 2, 3. So we're always going to be using the secondary fire with our amp on a 1, 2, 3 because the Shraxin is going to be hitting multiple times, and you can get that 5 hits, and they all have an individual chance to crit. And well, that's just my tips. I mean, break them. Anyway, guys, you guys have a great one, and I will be seeing you next video. Toodles.